Diabetic food need not taste like cafeteria offerings. Bon appetit is an Italian greeting that represents their love for food and life. Thanks for watching. Welcome to the Master Health Media channel. Subscribe, make a comment, hit the bell icon, please, and thanks. They shout those words to people who are about to take their meals, with the hope that they will enjoy the blessings placed on their tables. A hearty meal, for the people of Italy, is life's best pleasure, after all. However, if you'd shout those words to a diabetic patient, you might get greeted with scorn. Diabetic patients have to endure a restrictive diet. There are food types that are not allowed by their condition. Hence, any greeting that wishes for them to enjoy their meals may be interpreted the wrong way. Thankfully, a lot of diabetic food recipes have been developed to answer the needs of diabetic patients the world over. Good health doesn't have to compromise the enjoyment of your taste buds. Though a diabetic patient's diet can be limiting as he or she is limited to certain food types recommended by the diabetic food pyramid, such food types need not be sacrificed altogether, or at the very least, their tastes need not be left in the realm of forgetting. Red meat, for example, is one of the food types that a diabetic patient is prohibited from taking. Instead, the diabetic food pyramid recommends fish or chicken to substitute for the same. But as well all know, food and chicken taste differently from red meat. Should the diabetic patient forget about red meat for the rest of his or her life? Not necessarily. Soy meat, or tofu, is often used as an alternative for meat. Though there are differences in taste, the aftertaste of tofu comes close to the aftertaste of meat, making it a great alternative. Best of all, tofu contains fibers that a diabetic patient will need to counteract the sugar buildup in his or her body. It is a common misconception, as well, that diabetic patients should stay clear from sugary foods. They can still take in sweet delicacies, albeit at minimal levels. And they should do so as part of their diet and not as additions to the same. The point is this: just because one is diabetic doesn't mean he or she doesn't have to enjoy the best things that life can offer, food included. There are ways around any problem, and there are ways around the challenges that confront a diabetic patient's taste buds. And in this light, the bon appetit greeting is not really that bad, after all. The Diabetic Diet Plan. During the weekdays you will find Don Sparsley, age 41, at home with his lovely wife and 3 children eating healthy foods. Don's wife often makes her famous vanilla sugar-free wafer crisps. It's sugar-free alright, it's also taste-free. How can people eat this stuff? Don complains to himself as he sneaks food into a napkin and hides it in his pants pocket until the coast is clear and he tosses it into the nearest garbage can. On Friday afternoons, you will often find Don sneaking bad foods into the movie theater. Don hasn't been able to hide his bad habit as well as he used to. His wife has been noticing an increase in his weight. Don has already split 3 pairs of pants due to overeating. It's not my fault that the new guy they hired down at the cleaners doesn't have a clue on how to dry clean men's slacks. They ought to fire him, Don tries to convince himself. When the elevator that Don normally takes to the 6th floor at work was out of order one morning, Don had no choice but to take the stairwell. By the time Don reached the 6th floor, he was sweating bullets and gasping for air. That's when he decided that it was time to consult his doctor on starting a diabetic diet plan. If you are suffering from the same symptoms that our fictitious character Don Sparsley suffered from before he changed his eating habits, it's time to do something about it. After you consult your doctor on the diabetic diet plan for your body type and change your eating habits, you will begin to feel a lot healthier. It's also a good idea to ask your doctor about an exercise plan. Of course, you will not see results overnight. If you are dedicated and consistent with your diabetic diet plan, within a few short weeks, you will begin to see the benefits of a healthy lifestyle. There are several diabetic diet plans available in the market today. You do not have to settle for unhealthy eating habits. The key to a successful diet is good eating habits and exercise. Thanks for watching. Welcome to the Master Health Media channel. Subscribe, make a comment, Hit the bell icon, please, and thanks. Blessings.